What's up, YouTube? We are back again. Obviously, if you watch any of the Book of Boba Fett reactions we did a long time ago, it's been a while, eh?
It has. It's been a while. A month and a half now.
I know, but I've been waiting for this final documentary to come out. Like, I know they always do with Mando. I'm like, yo, are they really gonna like Tamura's not gonna get his own? So they are finally getting it. So I don't know. As your like tone on or tune, to be more specific, on Book of Boba like changed past since it?
I think not really, other than like
they
could have been better in certain areas. But
the only thing I do regret saying that Mando season 1 was worse than the Book of Boba Fett.
I still I don't agree.
Yeah, that's fair to say. I don't know. You're the same way. Like, it's kind of like it is what it is. Like,
I think it's one of those things. Like how do I say this? It's like when I first when it was like in the moment I was watching the finale, it was amazing. Yeah. And then the more like I look back on the show, it's a little bit like underwhelming. Yeah. Still a good show. Areas, Still a good show, just like a little bit underwhelming.
I think certain scenes were underwhelming, but like there was other scenes that kind of like were really
that just made up for it.
Yeah. No, I enjoyed it. Yeah. No, I enjoyed it a lot. But we're gonna get right into the documentary. Anything you guys want to see specifically, or?
Not really. I just want to see some Tamura Morrison.
Yeah. Mark Hamill. Do it. So Rosario Dawson is Ahsoka too. It'll be interesting to see. So
let's go.
Let's do it.
From the independent world, that's how my connection with George Lucas was, and
Rosemary too much.
All of this has been created.
Oh, not
that came.
So every time we discuss a storyline or character, we look at it from the perspective. It's almost like you hold it up and look at it through each facet and see what the implications might be.
Jared's lightsaber black says it's the same, and then Ahsoka has one in clone.
John and Mike's philosophy of making this feel like one big connected galaxy. That's what Star Wars is, where all the stories come together.
Gave us, I think, a lot more creative latitude.
Yeah, that's true.
Like
that looks really cool.
It's awesome.
Doesn't look that heavy, eh? Not anymore.
At the end of the day, it was the image of Boba Fett that inspired the whole thing. Do that in a much more condensed time frame. So bringing in
that was a cool scene.
Oh, Mando.
Such a good
scene.
And when we saw that for the first time, Mando season 2 kind of just blew it. Like one of the top 10 TV shows of all time.
Oh yeah. That's crazy. Eh?
It's so cool. Isn't it?
I wonder how long he's gonna stay like that. Oh,
fuck off. Fuck right off. You can't take any credit for this.
Fuck, man.
Fucking she-devil.
To play Jango
I was really hoping
this is the real reaction everyone came to see.
We should cast Tamura to play Boba.
Oh, it's your idea, eh? Like...
Yeah, your idea. Boba Fett Skywalker, huh?
Yeah. Working hard and trying to make it as powerful, exciting as I could.
And can't believe this guy's like borderline 70. Like,
here we are.
He's a dude.
Like,
he's very lively for his age.
Yeah.
Tim Morrison is very shortly.
Yeah, because I feel like he becomes Boba. Like,
I'm running out of time.
Like in his mind, like.
But I'm blessed because
it's almost like how he's like. I feel like he's as passionate as about Boba and Jango as like Mark Hamill is about Luke, right? As a character, like he's actually like wants the character to be good. This guy's cool.
What came about him just to do this?
I have no idea.
I do like Robert Rodriguez too. I remember he did a bunch of Mando too.
Have gone a little bit bigger than mine as well. And then after we did the weight swap, we pulled out the guitars. And away we go. I like playing.
Why does he look like Robert California? From The Office. You seen it? Why did I just look at that? Oh god, dude. First name's Robert.
Especially the hat, because Robert always wears that hat.
Yeah, I know. You can always see one.
Dozens of feet underground. And so we started to think about, okay, well, logically, what would that be? How would that make sense?
Yeah.
And
wow, I feel like I was thinking about that.
Well, literally, he's just in his gut, and it needs to be a very claustrophobic space.
Subterranean world, the underworld, that transitional moment changes.
That's what we were trying to explain, remember?
Could it not?
Right?
That's why people are like, oh, he's like, why is he so like this, right? It's like, obviously he's going to change.
It's like traumatic, right?
Choice about what kind of
people forget about PTSD.
Impactful. And so we found a way to hopefully preserve the edginess of the character.
Those two got violated at the end, you remember?
Yeah. Bacon 1 and Bacon 2 went down.
Goddamn.
Keying off of a bunch of ideas of, kind of gangster films.
Yeah.
Talk about,
remember we were talking about that?
Yeah, like mob, like
what his journey is to become king and all of those kind of.
Yeah, Godfather. Remember we talked about Godfather?
Yeah.
It seems like you nailed it then.
Like
yeah.
And since Boba was involved in the underworld,
she did good too, eh?
Of what the
I forget her
purpose
name.
of
Sorry.
wielding such power is.
Yeah.
You all
She did a very good job.
Pathetic.
Remember when I told you her age? You were like, what?
Yeah, I didn't believe it.
You can.
Fantastic, man.
Apparently they're getting another show together.
Good.
Apparently they're getting like another show together.
That's good. I hope they do.
Really?
like,
Yeah.
Boba's
Very
great.
cool.
But you
Or sometimes I would design scenes to just end on her giving Boba a look that spoke volumes.
Yeah. Yeah.
plus she's a huge.
Oh, is she?
You know, it's gonna take me a little bit to not geek out about 88 when they start moving. I'm just letting you know, I might slip out of character a little bit.
Yeah, you gotta get people that actually like it too. Like.
A bantha. The best toys in the world.
So is she like a Star Wars nerd then, huh?
That's awesome, man. We don't see enough of that.
Yeah, we don't.
Or
Honestly.
10 reminds me.
It always makes it better when the actors are actually like into what they're doing.
Yeah.
To focus
Like one of us, right?
and stop being such a geek.
So it really is, because what we see on screen, it is behind the
Capture a
scenes.
little bit of that vibe that happens between two actors when they go and edit.
He's a goofball. Oh.
Work together.
We get such a beautiful scene and then we get fucking ruined by that shit.
That face.
For one another is really pretty remarkable.
Centaur type mode.
That's what I thought of
His
Centaur,
front
yeah.
arms were like legs, but they're still like hands. I had meant to quickly add clay and sculpt the rest of it, but then I thought, well, filming it would be even faster.
Bruh. Yo, are you kidding?
This guy's actually into his work.
Yeah,
It's an
damn.
amazing piece of reference for us to follow, with the
I mean, they got the resources, right, I guess,
He
so.
really wanted to.
He's a changed man, and as we all grow up, we mature, and as we get a little bit of maturity, sometimes we soften, we change, and I think that's what's happened to.
Yeah, why didn't people understand that?
I know, man.
Nobody ever understood.
Like, no, he has to be the exact same. Like, no, dude.
But to evolve the culture of Mos Espa.
The only tricky guy.
This guy.
Welcome from
I want to see this guy's actual face.
in his stead.
Who was the actor for him? Because he looks so familiar.
Yeah, I know.
It
It's,
was like Christmas because
Hope they
even
show
while I
it.
was directing new characters and props, I got to see him when he was all put together for the first time, and you felt like you were like in a space zoo. It looked so real.
oh, it does. It doesn't look like CGI.
It has so much emotion and it's
Oh
strange.
my god, his head moves and his mouth.
Oh my god.
And it's one of the most iconic characters
It is
from the
true, it
Cantina.
is,
It's,
yeah.
Oh!
you don't remember anything else. You go, that
Same one.
guy.
Not the same guy, but same
outstanding.
species.
Same species,
It
yeah.
just
What's the name of their
left the
species?
mark.
Hammerhead.
You know,
Is it Hammerhead?
I've
Yeah.
seen
I thought it
it
was something
done
else.
several, still there. That it's, again, that's what fans want. They want one connected.
Thank
universe.
you.
Oh my god, he's a genius.
I
He
know.
figured it out.
But if you ask them, you probably say it's common sense. Like,
You know what it is? It's that between the two, him and John Favreau, they have so much brains, they need stupid to balance it out.
exactly.
I like that.
Yeah,
And then that's where you got the last 3 movies.
Costumes that have never been seen before. I have stacks and stacks and stacks of every book ever written on anything that has to do with Star Wars. I even have Battlefront books.
Damn. Okay.
In
Crazy.
that aesthetic and stay within that world. So
She knows her
that
shit.
was a really fun
These
project.
costume designers
To
have to
make
watch
sure
these
that there
dogs
was
like
separation
crazy. Like,
between all the people that
Mad
were
respect.
competing in this
I know.
series.
No love, too. Never get any love.
Look at him and know it's not Chewbacca. It has to be visually striking in a way that's different immediately. The performance,
Okay.
his posture, the way he stands, it's different than Peter.
Yeah.
He's got
He's more sluggish, Chewbacca, eh?
piercing eyes.
That's like, I feel like Chewbacca, not sluggish, it's more like lax. Like,
Yeah, it's like,
yeah, like that.
Yeah, you can tell that he's more, Chrysanthemum's more of like a killer.
I had to create
Like
this
confidence,
attitude for this
like-
guy because he's always pissed. That's who he is, And
Oh,
I wanted
that's
to make sure
him.
that even
Yeah.
if I was standing there and I didn't have my face,
Those actual
so
eyes?
that it came through the character in the suit.
As my episode is picking up,
from season 1, episode 5.
No director,
that Filoni did called The Gunslinger, where everyone was like, "Oh my God, is that Boba Fett walking?" Because the second you heard this bird,
Yeah,
we know who that is.
But we had to wait a full year.
Yeah.
We continue.
It's the evolution
How do you feel
of
about that?
each generation, how their attitudes change compared to the previous ones.
What did you do to me?
Brought you to a mud parlor on the outskirts of Mos Eisley.
I don't trust anybody that don't like dogs, you know, and I think you have to be a dog lover to really appreciate it. It's just a giant dog, and you can train
He's a famous actor too.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he was in Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Yeah.
Or you can train him to be a puppy. Because this thing is massive. It's moving.
How much does that cost?
You know, like when you got an animatronic or whatever, and it moves, this part moves. But when the neck muscles, when everything moves with it, it's like, wow.
I love the scene,
to go a whole
dude.
season without seeing him. And so
I don't care if people say it, but I'm glad that he was in the season.
So it makes sense to bring him back into the story.
What's the bounty?
No doubt.
I just didn't like how people wanted to watch more just because of that. Like Boba should have been.
No, Boba should have been.
Boba should have
The
been the star.
Book of Boba Fett.
Mando should have been like. No, I mean like Mando should have like gave you more reason to continue to watch.
It allowed us,
to see those back coming through the fire and the silhouettes
crazy,
next to all
like,
this rubble, and it's really strong imagery.
Exactly what
Only
his
those
imagery.
that
Yeah.
walked the way escaped the curse prophesied in the creed.
and now we're learning more about the covert and what the rules are, and how much it hurts him to be a pariah.
I beg you for your forgiveness. How can I atone? Leave apostate.
That Vizsla was being kind of a bitch, man.
Yeah. Hey, buddy, there's only 3 of you.
I know, he's jealous
You're gonna
too.
kick out one of them?
Message? What message? Yeah, that's right. That's what I said. That's what I
Yo,
did.
Data
That's what
Jawa,
I
eh?
brought.
Yo.
Yeah. Did you bring the cash?
You know what I'm saying? Data Jawa.
We don't talk about it.
The F1 is very dear to me because I originally designed that for.
Oh, this guy.
You know, it's supposed to be
This guy's OG, man.
Speed. It could look like an F1 version of an X-Wing.
Oh,
George
my
and I
God.
kind of really.
Yo, I see it now. I see it.
And it's a very distinct style.
Holy crap. Oh, that's how they shoot that. Ah, I see. This looks like VR, dude.
First drawn over 23 years ago. And I remember I sat in it 23 years ago in Leavesden, London, when we were shooting that film. I had an opportunity to actually sit in this new version 23 years later.
That's
and
nice
it
though,
just
you
made
know?
me smile because it's,
Finally got the chance.
I never grew up.
Teacher.
The symmetry
Yeah.
of being trained by that species and then
I like how they invite him still.
of the same
Those are-
kind
Yeah.
to train was very satisfying.
Oh, so he
Luke
did
has
physically do
to
that.
Oh, I guess he, sat into it.
his the sentimental side.
Taught Obi-Wan.
I would love to see Qui-Gon
Obi-Wan
again.
Taught Luke.
In some
You
capacity.
can get that.
I feel like we will though. with
Old
that
Republic?
knowledge.
Like,
Yeah, we'll get
It's
some
also
memories.
interesting because
That'd be
Qui-Gon taught Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan taught Anakin. So Obi-Wan teaches father and son.
It'd be a missed opportunity if they don't.
Yeah.
And then
Apparently,
father teaches Ahsoka.
Ewan McGregor said he's very open to coming back as Obi-Wan again.
Oh, I'm sure he loves it. He does.
Yeah.
He's one of the guys like he's not like Harrison, right? So.
The biggest thing was putting her on screen with
That was such a shock,
Dude, when we saw that, but that whole episode was a shock. You see this.
Like Luke, we kind of like we
I mean,
didn't
a flashback.
want to say it for sure, but like yeah.
So much like your father.
Star Wars is
Oh, yeah,
always in the sense that strong female
When it flipped back to Ahsoka, though, we were like, yo.
Yeah. Oh, she didn't know Luke was gonna be there.
We were shooting.
She said Plo
But she
Koon was
was
supposed to
gonna
be
meet
with.
Plo Koon.
Oh.
So I'm doing all of my scenes. Like,
Wait a minute.
Yo, can we get Plo
That's
Koon?
really interesting. Like Master Plo Koon. Like,
Don't tease me like that. We're gonna meet Plo
Okay,
Koon.
that could be
Yeah, I know.
interesting. Like,
Ahsoka show.
how is
Yeah.
he jumping around? I don't know. I was like, it's gonna make sense. I'll when
Yeah.
I get to set, I'll ask all the questions and like figure it out. And then comes Mark Hamill. I couldn't believe I was standing there in front of him and we're working together like.
And, you know, and Grant
What was that, like
has
deep fake
infrared
almost? Like,
invisible
It's like deep fake, but like molded to it.
I heard a guy who did YouTube actually.
But ownership of that
They got to
Yeah.
do it for
Yeah.
Mando season 2.
Yeah, that's the guy.
And they really
That's
had
crazy,
to
eh?
use and become Luke, and Mark
Creators,
had to
man.
share all his
Boy.
knowledge of what it means to be Luke. Just very
Basically, he did like a
special for all of
reimagining
us.
of the end of like the Mandalorian season 2 ending,
Mhm.
and then they hired him because they liked it so much.
It's awesome.
What's on the page, all of these elements coming together.
I just like how they give Mark a role, you know?
Ongoing learning experience.
He was really wrong in the sequel trilogy. Like,
yeah,
like the way like it didn't matter what he said. Like, they were doing it.
On the LED volume, different tests of Graham moving his head around at different angles on cranes with a variety of different
That's trippy,
volume
dude. Like
loads.
The amount of work that goes into
it. Had to
it.
figure out where it breaks.
It was almost the whole episode, right?
Progression continued to develop. So once the work was turned over to ILM,
he's a really, really good mentor for Grogu.
Oh, he has a burn.
Hard to believe. Dope going in there.
Committed to any other episodes. So I went to him and made a whole case for why I should be the one to direct it. And he said, And he just scratched his chin just long enough to give me a heart attack. And then he said, okay, you can direct it.
I still don't understand how he got it all in the can. Like,
oh, here we go.
Dude. We all nutted it.
Yeah, it was crazy.
It was
dude.
like, god damn.
Great
was
moment.
a character that came up in the Clone Wars that Dave
Probably just the best
part
surprise
of bringing to the world.
Yeah.
with,
They did a really good job with it.
That looks, yo, that looks fucking real right there.
The actor here, that what you're seeing is his real mouth moving.
Boba Fett is a cold-blooded killer who worked for the Empire. Out on a job.
The face that actually came together really quickly. The hardest, I think, was the hat.
People didn't like the face, apparently.
I liked it. What?
Yeah.
That's why I never. That's why I don't always just
many
look up
pictures of
people's
Lee
opinions
Van
because I
Cleef.
thought it was great.
Yeah.
The backstory of Cad Bane, when George created this character, he created the name Cad Bane, and he said, "This is kind of the Lee Van Cleef to Boba Fett's Clint Eastwood."
I'm still faster than you.
Loving spirit, and to help end that sequence in a way that's hopefully unexpected, but
so jokes. They're like,
I wanted it to feel like his powers have evolved in a subtle way. So if you notice, I made sure he didn't close his eyes when he was using his powers at that moment. I wanted to keep them open, almost as if he's just sending love and calm and empathy to the beast.
Changed, and I think he can always revert back to those ways, but now, along with finding Fennec and seeing that she was in the same place that he was, so I think he's really seeking more family kind of comforts and understanding it a little bit more. And those are the things that Boba never had. So that's been part of his emotional journey.
Better than shooting.
My only two choices.
When you run the town, it is.
For me, the Book of Boba Fett is so many full circles. You know, getting to work with my favorite Star Wars character, Boba Fett. Getting to work and play in this world created by George Lucas.
I think I see that online somewhere.
Personally shared secrets of the future of filmmaking with me.
And John and I, we want it to mean something to people that are working on it.
It is a great, great honor to say that the season wraps on Book of Boba Fett, y'all. Congrats!
I mean, fucking hard work, man.
Really good Jedi working.
At that point, they're not even done, too. That's just editing after. Like, crazy editing. Okay, perfect. All right. So I think we agree that was crazy, guys.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
That was just crazy just to see everything like go down and stuff. Hopefully we get a season 2 at some point and stuff. And
season 2 or just like a follow up in the Mandalorian season 3 when we get that.
I know, and just seeing Mark Hamill, everybody just in the flesh and stuff, and it'll hopefully be fun. And I can't wait for Obi-Wan.
Oh, yeah.
It's coming out soon. So, guys, if you enjoyed our reaction as well, let us know what you thought of everything in the gallery. What was your favorite moment of the entire season? We'd like to know. And don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe, and turn on that post notification bell as well. We'll be back with next week's Moon Knight Assemble as well. So just stay tuned for that if you're into the behind the scenes stuff. So, anyways, guys, take it easy. Hope you all enjoyed the reaction. We out. Peace.